if they hit some builds. Hero and Dream even talking about in their GSL group not showing their best play because they wanted to hide it against each other. And they both ended up falling out of that round of 16 group. But then like Dream crushed Hero in the round of 4 of SSL.
Well, here is YoDa.
He's never beaten a Protoss in 2015 in Pro League.
Wow. 0-6 against Protoss. That is a pretty rough stat to look at when you're going up against one of the best Protosses in Korea right now. Well, recently lost to Liquid Hero in his last game. Been on quite the lose streak, actually. He's lost at least the last.
It's something like 0-8 right now.
0-8. 9.
Wow.
Last 9
He's on a
games.
9-game losing streak in Pro League.
Wow.
That's intense, man. And he's going against Classic. So
Dorino against Terran. He has a giant chin and he's a god.
Yeah, it's a godly chin.
Godly chin, and he's a grand finals Star League right now.
Yeah. Going to be going up against Dream for anyone who's living under a rock and doesn't know that. It's going to be a fantastic finals. Make sure you guys are catching that on Saturday this week. It's going to be on June 20th here in Korea, 6:30 p.m. As always, mark your calendars.
That's right. Should be a pretty fun one. Best of 7 TVP. Both SKT players. Classic actually lost his last Pro League game. It was to Lion. You know, that happens.
Yeah.
That happens sometimes.
People lose to life pretty often, Moonlight. Not anything to be ashamed of here.
Nope.
YoDa looking pretty focused. Classic, very relaxed coming into this one. I think we'll just see very straight up standard play from Classic. Can YoDa take advantage of it and try to get ahead here in this game? Let's jump into the game right now on Echo. Down here in the bottom right in the purple, our return player from Prime, he is YoDa.
Up here in the top left for SKT, it is the Chin Toss. Classic.
I thought you were just going to leave it at that.
Well, everyone knows who that is as well.
Yeah.
Let's be real.
He's also got his pin on tonight. Him and Dream both sporting their cool icons.
You got to rep it, man. You're going to be proud of your finalist achievements.
I think they should be giving out pins at the finals. They were giving them out at the semifinals.
Yeah.
So it only makes sense to give them out at the finals.
I think they should for sure.
Yeah. You and I have both got all 4 pins in the semifinalists.
We're very lucky.
I'm going to put them up on my wall. My wall of pins.
That's kind of weird, Valas, but I appreciate it just the same.
Yeah, I have my pin up there from when I won GSL in 2012.
Oh, yeah.
If you didn't know about that.
I didn't know about that. Kind of cool. Yep. I wish every event gave out pins there. You know, it's a nice little bit of memorabilia.
It would be nice if it were standardized. You know, you get a bunch of different pins. You get like competing styles from the different tournaments too, trying to one up each other, make cooler pins.
Yeah, well, I like that too. I wasn't even thinking about that, but like just to like have like, yeah, I was there. I was at that tournament, and so you have that pin. Like, fans collect it. We all have pins.
We all share our pins. We can trade
pins. No, we don't share them, man. It's fake. It's like you weren't at the GSL 2013 finals.
I thought we could treat them like Pogs. Do you remember Pogs?
I know Pogs. It was banned in my my school pretty quickly.
Like, because the underground trading rings that sprouted up.
I think it's like that competitive play. It's like, oh, bam! I flipped them all over. They're mine now. It's like, I guess it creates a lot of fighting.
I suppose.
A lot of people stealing. Maybe.
Yeah, I think that would be a big thing.
It's pretty unhealthy. I do respect that they get rid of it. Like gambling on or whoever has the better slammer. Saying, well, my slammer is made of metal. Actually, I remember people used to make their own slammers up.
How was that?
They used to like make like find rocks that are circular and say that's a slammer, and it would just always.
How does that make sense?
Well, it would flip it would flip pugs more easier than anything else, right? Like if you find like the heaviest object that kind of looks like a pug
I
slammer,
suppose.
it's so messed up.
Yeah. Just make one out of pure obsidian or something. It's like, that should not be legal.
With like some like, I don't know, some magnets in it to like force stuff to flip over easier somehow.
You play like over an iron playing space or something so that the magnets like slam the pogs down. But then it wouldn't really flip the pogs. It would just like connect it.
Like cut them up or something.
That would be pretty insane. My brother was big into pogs.
Oh yeah?
Yeah. He had a big like pog case even. One of those like cylindrical tubes, you know?
Sure, yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
I wasn't that much into it because it got banned really quick.
Yeah.
I was like, well, I guess that's over.
I used to do Pokemon cards, but then one of my best friends stole my brother's Charizard, and then we stopped.
Were you his friend anymore?
No, we never talked to him again. In fact,
wow,
he never talked to us again.
And that was your
like
best
we
friend.
didn't even have to talk to that guy.
I
don't know if he was our best friend. We used to play with him a lot at the park. That was about it.
Well,
play
hey,
like
man.
soccer and stuff.
He's gonna steal Charizard. That's pretty messed up.
Yeah, it was really messed up. It was like his first time over at our house too. We were just totally shocked. We were so innocent too. We're like, I can't believe he would do that.
You got a taste of the real
Why
world.
would he do that?
Like, stranger came into my home and stole my.
How could he be so
Charizard.
mean?
That's
Oh,
rough,
man.
Valdez. As this game is
Bad memories.
bad. I'm so sorry, Valdez. I didn't want to bring up that bad
No, it's
memory.
fine. It's fine. We got an Oracle on the way here from Classic.
We do indeed. An Oracle.
Going back into Starcraft.
Yeah. Well, the game has certainly begun. The build orders have been figured out. It is going to be that, yeah, as you said, Oracle. And we do see a 3-rack expand from a Prime player, so he's going to have more than enough Marines to deal with this, so long as they're in place.
And that scan shows pretty much nothing. He saw a double gas in the Protoss in the main. That like tells you absolutely nothing, pretty much.
Yeah, it doesn't help too much.
He sees one pylon too. He's just going to have to play very safe. He's got one SCV out on the map trying to scout out proxies just in case.
Yeah, he's got both bases covered now with more than enough Marines, so yeah, Oracle shouldn't find too much so long as everything is in place. Classic is some of the best Oracle micro, I got to say as well.
Yeah. Always think back to that game versus Biel. The double Oracle micro. He
Never
takes out
forget.
16 drones.
Yeah, it was absolutely insane. Oh, and his lost energy. Yeah, he finds that last kill.
It's kind of just like an annoying bee coming around and stinging some of your stuff.
Yeah.
Just never goes away.
Like a killer bee, though. It actually kills your stuff.
Yeah. Bee with lasers. It's
Scary.
really scary, man.
Only in Australia do you find them.
Yeah, man.
Well, it's going to be as well, that Robo Bay into +1 armor and a Twilight, so he's just getting all the tools he needs to before he goes to that third base. A little bit harder to get that third on this map with a bit of a gap between the bases, the natural and third. A couple of ramps to get up there as well.
It does have that rock tower to drop down and give you a little bit of extra defense at your third base, not allow some bio to just run up there and snipe your Nexus or anything.
Yeah.
But like you said, that middle area between the ramps, it's very hard to cover both your natural and your third. We actually saw Hero get punished for that a little bit. That was only one of the small things that led to Flash's victory, but it does come into play.
Well, there's no third CC this time around as well, which comes into play in a big way.
Yeah.
But we certainly didn't see Hero go for an Oracle either. So he should be able to get this third base up a little bit easier than Hero ever tried to. And third CC going down now for YoDa, actually.
Yeah, just very straight up play from both players, especially Classic. Absolutely nothing out of the ordinary.
No, this is just how he likes to play this game. Get to that mid game, play it very safely. He doesn't really have to worry about many drops at all. YoDa just not interested in going for the normal style of today. He wants to kind of just build up a big bio army after that greedy opening.
Yeah. It's almost like he wants to lose nothing, too. This is his first time moving out of his base. And that's a lot of bio.
It is a lot of bio, and they have Stim.
There's one Colossus out at this point.
Yep. It's a pretty decent amount of units to buffer for it as well, and 2 sentries with a lot of energy. Yeah. Plus, he's always got that photon overcharge if he wants to protect one of these bases. But it's all about positioning, and he knows exactly where it is. He just ran past an observer.
Yeah. Nice job by Classic to come up here towards the ramp, try to get a better position, not allow those Terran units to jump down that ramp, and get a nice concave there in between those two bases of the Protoss.
Second Colossus about to pop out here, but looks like YoDa's going to go for it.
Oh, really nice micro here from Classic. He is going to save that Colossus. Nice kiting at the same time here from YoDa, forcing out some of those force fields. And that Colossus is really low. Will he go for it? Doesn't look like he'll be able to.
No, looks like he's going to pull back. If he had got that, it would have been in such a good place right now. Instead, going to go a little bit of a drop here.
A bit questionable. Not really going to find much damage there at all.
Still, he's kind of staying on par for now. He's third. CC is up. It's flying towards the third base.
Blink finishing up now, about 10 seconds away from completion. Second forge going to be added, and he's going to start the +2/+2 at the same time for the Protoss player.
We'll give him a nice little armor lead at the very least when it comes to armies.
Yeah.
Classic, you know, he is looking very solid though. He's going for that style of gateway upgrades, not really leaning towards any Templar play anytime soon. He's going to get out enough Colossus to deal with the masses.
This is a gigantic drop coming out from YoDa here.
Yeah.
I almost said Dream because this is so like Dream.
Oh, yeah.
Dream loves to do this.
Well, that's exactly what Dream would probably do in this situation as well. It's like, well, I guess I got to drop everything. And there isn't enough Stalkers here to really stop it from coming in either. 5 Stalkers at the third base currently. So 6 Medivacs could get a nice jump on them. We'll see though.
Nice tag there on a small portion of YoDa's army. He's going to know that some of it is out of position. And these Stalkers are going to get it to work on those Medivacs, but a lot of the Protoss units out of position. There's one cannon and a photon overcharge now in the main, and a bunch of warpins. Can Classic hold this off? That's the question.
He's looking pretty good to do so far, though. He's going to take a lot of damage in that probe line.
Not able to snipe down the Colossus there of Classic. Some Marines stemming in towards the natural.
That targeting was not good with that bio army. Just not finding anything.
Nah, and he's going to come in here towards the third base, but already the units are in position. Another photon overcharge comes down, and a bunch of Medivacs are soon to be doomed.
Wow.
3 of them go down.
Yeah, a lot of damage.
Yeah,
he didn't actually attack anything appropriately in that main base drop. You know, he had such a great spread of units there. If you had pressed H on all his units, they would have been auto-attacking probes. They're the only ones in position, in place, in range.
Yeah.
Because Classic never pulled them. Simply just attacked with Stalkers.
He could have even gone for the Forges. You know, 2 of those Forges in a very vulnerable spot. He got on top of them. He could have gone for those. He could have even tried to snipe down the Nexus, but it seemed like he was going for 2 different things at once. Like half of his army was going for Colossus, which got shut down. The other half was like kind of attacking a Nexus and kind of attacking Zealots, and it never really got that much damage. Kind of a poor drop here from YoDa, and now he's very far behind.
20 supply down at this point.
He's behind in upgrades. He's behind in tech.
2-2 just finishing up as well for Classic, adding a couple more gateways and a Templar archives. And now finally a Warp Prism on the map, so he's going to try and create some space on the map so he can go for harassment and start to move out and maybe even launch an attack finally.
Yeah, YoDa now only a third done with this 2-2. He's also getting the mech upgrades there. He's going to have it for his Vikings, but he was only getting 2 at a time before. Now he's finally pumping out 4 at a time, but his medevac count is kind of low. It's only at 6. It could do with like 8 or 10 or so, but just not really finding that damage here. And Classic looking to put on the hurt now. Only 2 Zealots here at the third, and he's going to drop the rest into the main, drawing that army totally out of position.
Yeah, there's nothing here. Hoping a little too close. He's going to try get out with this Warp Prism. Not going to happen there. But creating a little bit of damage, and now he can finally move out on the map. See Classic. Looks like he's going to gear up, maybe even try for a 4th base. He's putting a pylon near it.
He might as well.
Scary army, man. He's almost maxed out as well.
We're seeing YoDa finally get out a bunch of Vikings and Ghosts. It's going to be very helpful against the very high number of Colossi and a bunch of Archons that are being added in, but looking at these 2 armies going head-to-head, as long as it's on even planes, Classic should crush the army of YoDa.
And this is the classic style. You know, he's in no hurry to kill. He's so far ahead. He's got the army supply advantage, or at least he did.
Yeah.
But he wants to, you know, take a 4th base and take this game later. Add 4 cannons.
I'm sure Artosis is so happy if he's watching this right now. So many of these players that are performing extremely well, namely Classic, he's like the main guy, are playing so defensive. This is the way I know Artosis loves to play.
Yeah.
If you watch him stream, he plays this way as Protoss all the time, and you can just get so far ahead. Like, what is YoDa going to do here? He has to take amazing engagement, has to go for some kind of drops, but look at that Protoss army. How are you ever going to go head-to-head with that? YoDa's just not in a good position right now.
I like it, but at the same time, I feel like if you're going to play too passive, too defensive, it also gives your opponent a way back into the game, right? Like, it's going to give him, like, time to make an army that can rival yours and go for maybe a better fight. And if he does get that better fight, then you're going to be in a worse place. I feel like it's a double-edged sword to a point, but the way Classic does it...
I think if Classic waited like 5 minutes before he attacked, I would agree with you. But the fact that he's attacking right now at 3-3 after getting that 4th base down, I think he's doing this perfectly. He's forcing this fight. Great blink right under those Vikings, even before they start attacking the Colossi. Just so much Protoss here. A fantastic time warp as well.
Yeah, he was not paying attention at all. He had no idea where the army was at all. And this is complete domination.
Oh.
Wow. I cannot believe he had no idea that was coming. He needed to have Marines on the map to scout for this. He needed to have units in place to spot. He had to have some idea of where this army was. He cannot be caught off guard by a 200 popular army of Protoss. It's ridiculous.
Scary PvT play from Classic tonight. His Colossi a little bit out of position, but great pullback there. It's not going to matter. Too far ahead, and GG.
GG.
That is a guy who has made it to the grand finals of the SSL. Fantastic play from this guy in all matchups.
Just a taste of what's going to be coming.
Yeah. Just a small little nibble there of the biscuit of Classic's play.
Did you hear the word that I made up, by the way, Velez? Populate?
No, I missed that one, man. I missed it.
Yeah, that's
the populate.
The Moonglade language right there. It sounded fantastic when I said it.
Yeah.
We'll keep that one.
Yeah. Well, YoDa gets Protossed here by one of the best Protosses in the business. Classic making it look easy. But at the end of it all, Classic's just played very straight up, and YoDa just not finding the damage. You know, that drop was pretty pathetic. He kind of lost a lot more than he ever did in damage. He got way too far behind. The 3rd base was ahead for Classic. Everything went right in that game for Classic, and YoDa was just not able to punish or do any sort of damage at all.
Yeah. Well, looks like he's watching the replay now, getting an idea of what exactly went wrong, but I think just not having an idea of where Classic's army was until the point of contention happened, the big attack.
It's definitely a big part of the end, for sure. And YoDa now on a 10-game losing streak. I've said it before, I feel like he reached a breaking point on Prime where they were just doing so bad where he was just like, I can't keep it up anymore. Yeah. Maybe he's lost his passion, Moonglade. I don't know.
Maybe, Valid. But that has to be one of the biggest lose streaks we've ever had in Pro League as well.
Yeah, for sure. Here are today's match results for Prime versus SK Telecom T1. They did drop a map with Impact's re-debut here in Pro League after 707 days. Goes down to Keen, but Su takes out Boom Boom, Dream takes out Creator, and Classic takes out YoDa, as predicted.
As predicted.
There you go.
So SK gets even further ahead with yet another win. Almost a perfect round for them in terms of match wins.
Yep, they're 1 game away. It's 6-0 right now at the +11 indicator. KT Rolster with a very impressive indicator, in fact, +8, even though they're 4-2, taking 2 losses. Very close to SK Telecom. But besides that, CJ Entis loses today. A very big loss, in fact, an 0-3 against KT. They're down to 2-4. Yeah, and we may not see them in the playoffs unless some certain teams lose some big games. Yeah, they're in a lot of trouble, actually. But I think those 2 teams, Bennu and MVP, do have a chance of losing in the last play day of this round. Bennu up against SKT.
MVP up against KT, so
Oh, man.
yeah, the potential is there.
Also, MVP up against Jinair and Spenu up against Samsung. Spenu probably in a better position. They've got that very hard match against SK Telecom at the end, but even so. Here in the winners rankings, you see a bunch of KT players and SKT players padding their stats.
Yeah, pretty much.
Stats moves up to second place to join Maru, Biel, and Light. He's got the best ratio up there. Very impressive.
Yeah, by far, actually.
Sue at 11 and 3 as well. A very nice ratio as well.
Still looking pretty normal, as expected, Valve.